Alaikum assalam.
Surah Al-Humazah, first 4 ayahs.
Inshallah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ويل لكل همزة لمزة الذي جمع مالا وعدده يحسب أن ماله أخلده كلا لينبذن في الحطمة. صدق الله العظيم.
الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على رسوله محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي. سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. Destruction for every humaza and lumaza. The one who collects wealth and counts it. The one who collected wealth and counts it. He thinks that his wealth will make him live forever. No, never. For sure, he will be thrown in the hutama. शुरू करता हूँ अल्लाह के नाम से जो बहुत मेहरबान निहायत रहम करने वाला है। हलाकत बर्बादी है हर उस शख्स के लिए जो ताना देने वाला और ऐब जुई करने वाला है। वो जो माल जिसने माल को जमा किया और उसको गिन गिन के रखा, वो समझता है कि उसका माल उसे हमेशा ज़िंदा रखेगा। हिरगिज़ ऐसा नहीं, ज़रूर हुतमा तोड़ फोड़ कर देने वाले अज़ाब में या आग में फेंका जाएगा। सूरतुल हुमज़ा is the surah of Qur'an Kareem revealed in the early stage of Meccan period of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. In the order of revelation, this surah revealed after Suratul Qiyamah, which is surah number 32. So this is Makki surah. And this surah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed those characteristics of the people that the people of Mecca involved in these moral diseases, in these characteristics. They had them. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala addressed these issues to be careful and to avoid them. If we look at the previous 3 chapters, these 3 chapters, this surah, Suratul Asr and Suratul Takasur, so they are very well connected with each other. In Suratul Takasur, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned Alhaakumut Takasur. To have a lot, and these efforts, struggles, neglected you from something which was very important. And that was the deen of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, and you neglected them until you reached the graves. Hatta zurtumul maqabir. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned in Suratul Asr, wal Asr, innal insana lafi khusr. I swear by the time that insan is in the state of loss, means that you are neglectful and your time is passing and you are moving towards the state of loss. That is mentioned in Surah Al-Asr. Except those who believed and did righteous deeds. In this surah, Surah Al-Humazah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He now addressing the ending of that. If you remained neglectful in such a way that you are, and you wasted your time, you didn't care about the time that you are given in this world. Just few days, counted days are given. If you are neglectful, you are not mindful of that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, wail, then there is destruction. Destruction is ahead. And that destruction is, what's that? كَلَّا لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. That is hutama, that is the fire, the nar of Jahannam. So these surahs are connected with each other. The surah begins with the word wail. Wail means, literally it means destruction, barbadi, halakat. Wail mentioned in Qur'an Kareem 27 times. 10 times it's mentioned in Surah Al-Mursalat. When we recite Surah Al-Mursalat, wailul lil mukazzibin, wailul lil mukazzibin. Destruction is for those who are liars, who mukazzibin, who deny. But in Qur'an Kareem there are two surahs that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He opened up those two surahs with the word wail. Surah Al-Humazah and Surah Al-Mutaffifin. In the beginning of Surah Al-Mutaffifin, wailul lil mutaffifin. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, destruction is for those that when in Surah Al-Mutaffifin, when they are taking from other people, they are looking for full, to take everything, to take their rights in full. But when they are giving to others, then they're minimizing, they're diminishing, and they give less. So destruction is for those people. Here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَيْلٌ لِكُلِّ هُمَزَةٍ لُمَزَةٍ. Wail, destruction is for لِكُلٍ, for everyone, humaza, who is humaza and who is lumaza. Why I didn't translate these words? Because humaza and lumaza, number one, humaza and lumaza repeated in the same pattern, humaza and lumaza. It shows us that the action which is done repeatedly. The combination of these words show that this is something it's done repeatedly from someone. So that is humaza and lumaza. What is humaza and lumaza? Humaz, the root word is hamaza yahmizu. Hamaza yahmizu hamzan. It is mentioned also in Surah Al-Qalam, in Surah Surah Al-Qalam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned about an individual, hammazim masha'im binamim, that person is hammaz. Who is hammaz? Hammaz, actually, hamaza yahmizu hamzan. The word hamaz actually means to speak in a bad way, in an arrogant way about someone. Hamaz, to speak about someone in a way that he doesn't like it. So humaz means that gossiping about someone, to backbite someone, to talk badly about someone, or to curse someone, to abuse someone. All these words are the meaning of humaz, and they are mentioned by Imam Fakhruddin al-Razi in his tafsir, Tafsir al-Kabir. Many, like 4 pages, he mentioned regarding the humaza and lumaza, the meaning of humaza and lumaza. So all these words come together in humaza. I mean, the person that he is abusing someone, the person that who is cursing someone. Some of the scholars, they say that lumaza and humaza, they are qaribul ma'na. They are very close to each other in meaning. The meaning of humaza is the meaning of lumaza, and lumaza is the meaning of humaza. Some scholars, they say that humaza means to describe the faults of someone while he is not present, like backbiting. And lumaza is to say something in front of that person. I mean, to curse him while he is present. Some say there's humaza is actually the gestures of hands and eyes, and lumaza is something to say with the tongue. So these meanings all are meant in humaza and lumaza. But at the end of the day, humaza and lumaza, they are alluded to one single thing, that the person that who is abusive, who is cursing, who is backbiting, who is scolding, the person that who is always looking faults in other people, that is the person who is humaza and lumaza. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, waylun likulli, destruction is for every humaza, scorner, or you can say false finder, lumaza, and backbiter. Destruction is for every false finding and backbiter. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he says, waylun likulli humazatin lumaza. Now this person, he is looking false in other, he is cursing other people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala himself, instead of that individuals, he replies to that person of his cursing, his backbiting. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he comes up and he says, wail, destruction is for that person. If somebody is, na'udhu billah, cursing you, Allah is there that he is answering him. Wailul likulli humazatil lumaza. Destruction is for that person. And we see that in the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Once Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he had argument with someone. And Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he was present, he was standing there. Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, that individual, he was cursing. Abu Bakr Siddiq radiallahu ta'ala anhu was silent. When he replied to his curse, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, he left the spot. And when Abu Bakr radiallahu ta'ala anhu, when he asked him, Ya Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, that person, he was cursing me such a long time, and when once I replied, so you left me alone and you went. He said that until that time that you were silent, the angels replying that person, individuals. What is the replying of the angels? That is to make a call, dua against that person who is cursing. But when you started, the angels left, and that's why I left. So if you and I, if we are being cursed, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he is there and he says, wailul likulli humazatil lumaza. So you don't have to respond. Be patient. Wailul likulli humazatil lumaza. Destruction is for every scorner, lumaza, mocker, backbiter. Allazi, the one, jama'a, who collected mal and mal, wa'addada, and counts it. Means this person, he is the person of wealth. He is the person of status. And that is the connection with the previous ayah, that many times those people that who are doing well in this world, who have power, who have wealth, and who have people behind, so they think that they can do whatever they want. They can say whatever they want. So that's why they are hurting the people, they are killing, and they are abusing, and they think that nobody have the power to reply and to respond. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said that is the person that who collected his wealth, who gathered his wealth, وَعَدَّدَ, and counted. But this is another disease which is widespread in this society, and that was in that early society of Makkah. That the people were so greedy, they didn't care about their wealth, where they are collecting it from. And they were so greedy that counting and counting and counting. So the wealth itself, to earn halal wealth, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He doesn't talk about that wealth. The wealth that is collected by the means and sources that were not lawful. We didn't see that the source that I'm earning the wealth, is it halal or is it haram? The purpose that I'm only collecting, whichever way I have to have wealth, and to count it. So that is actually the habit of the person that who is devaluing and who is disgracing and abusing other people. These are connected with each other. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا. And another thing that Allah didn't mention that amwalan, while this is the person that he is looking for a lot of wealth. But amwal is not mentioned. In other ayat of Qur'an Kareem, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned amwal. إِنَّمَا أَمْوَالُكُمْ وَأَوْلَادُكُمْ فِتْنَةً. But here Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned malan, only one mal, one wealth. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He is actually minimizing the value of that wealth. That you think it's a lot, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He said it's nothing. That's why the singular is mentioned, not the plural. الَّذِي جَمَعَ مَالًا وَعَدَّدَهُ. الَّذِي, the one who collected the wealth, وَعَدَّدَ, and who counts it. But if the wealth is collected and gathered by source and means of halal, that is mentioned in Qur'an Kareem. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned about those people that who are looking for dunya and for akhirah together. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says they are the people, they will get it in akhirah, in dunya and akhirah. وَمِنْهُمْ مَنْ يَقُولُ رَبَّنَا آتِنَا فِي الدُّنْيَا حَسَنَةً وَفِي الْآخِرَةِ حَسَنَةً. But there are people who say only to give us in dunya, and they are not looking for akhirah. They are in khusran, they are in the state of loss. يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدًا. So this individual, he thinks that his wealth will make him immortal. His wealth will make him to live forever. This is the mentality of the human being. And this was the habit of the people of Makkah at that time, to collect wealth, thinking that this wealth will keep them forever. And that is akhlada. It's not only that we think that this wealth will increase our period of life, the span of life that we have. Let's say that if I have 60 years, it will make me 70 or 80 years. It's not necessarily that meaning. The meaning is that akhlada, that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He mentioned yahsab. He thinks. He is not certain. Even he thinks. He assumes that his wealth will keep him forever. Again, he is not sure. We are earning, we are collecting, we are gathering, but we are not sure that this wealth is going to benefit me. We are not sure with that. But we think that this will keep me forever. Forever means that, that sometimes we have, alhamdulillah, the food of today, the food of tomorrow and after tomorrow, but we are thinking like years later to have something in our bank, to have something, some assets to pass to my kids and then to their kids. This is something that the human beings are very closely attached to that. We are not thinking about today. We are thinking about tomorrow and the years later. And that's why many people, they become suicidal, because when someone, they invested their wealth in something and they lost, so then they suicide, they take their life for the reason that they actually lost something that they were hoping to have that forever. That was like years back, later. But the reason is that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَ. We think that this wealth will keep us forever. And another meaning of this is that the people of Makkah, they used to spend their wealth with this intention that even if he is not here, if he spend his wealth in something not for the welfare of the human being, for the benefits of the human being, he made like huge building for himself. Huge buildings and towers and towers. So they were thinking that their names should be attached to these towers and those assets while they are not here. We are also sometimes spend our wealth in something, na'uzu billah, that will not keep the names of us with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in a good way, in a good sense. There are people, their wealth left, their names are left, but they are, na'uzu billah, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cursed them, and the people cursed them. Abu Lahab, Qarun, you look at them, Walid ibn Mughira, they were the people of wealth. Qur'ān Kareem cursed them. Qur'ān Kareem says that destruction are for these people. Qarun was the person of wealth. But on the other side, Usman ibn Affan radiallahu ta'ala anhu, he was the person of wealth. His name left, but his name left in a good sense that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala encouraging us to be like him. So the wealth should be spent in something that the names that remaining with that wealth assets, that is bring us benefits in this world and in the hereafter. يَحْسَبُ أَنَّ مَالَهُ أَخْلَدَ. He thinks that his wealth will be forever, but it's not forever. Why? In Qur'an Kareem, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, فَمَا مَتَاعُ الْحَيَاةِ الدُّنْيَا فِي الْآخِرَةِ إِلَّا قَلِيلٌ. Mata' of dunya, the assets of dunya, as compared to the akhirah, it's nothing. It's very little. And this wealth, if we didn't care about that, and the sources and the means of earning, we didn't think about that, and the spending, where we spend it, if we forgot about that, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, يَوْمَ يُحْمَى عَلَيْهَا فِي نَارِ جَهَنَّمْ فَتُكْوَى بِهَا جِبَاهُهُمْ وَجُنُوبُهُمْ وَظُهُورُهُمْ هَذَا مَا كَنَزْتُمْ لِأَنفُسِكُمْ فَذُوقُوا مَا كُنْتُمْ تَكْنِزُونَ. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Qur'an Kareem, this world will be heated up on the day of judgment in the hellfire, and their forehead, their sides, their backs will be branded with that wealth. And this individual will be said, هَذَا مَا كَنَزْتُمْ لِأَنفُسِكُمْ. This is the wealth that you collected for yourself. These are the treasures that you collected, you gathered. So that's why, my brother, wealth, we must look for the sources where we are earning this wealth from and where we are spending. Means that the zakat and other sadaqat that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made obligatory upon us, we must be careful about that. كَلَّا لَيُنْبَذَنَّ فِي الْحُطَمَةِ. Kalla, no, never. No, it's not like that what you think. You think that your wealth will keep you forever, eternal? No, it's not like that. لَيُنْبَذَنَّ. Lam is for ta'keed. And the noon connected with nabaza yanbizu, that is also for ta'keed. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala emphasizing on the meaning that لَيُنْبَذَنَّ, for sure, definitely he will be thrown. For sure, definitely he will be thrown. Fil hutama, in hutama. What is hutama? Hutama means crusher. Hutama means when you
when you break something into pieces, that is called hatama yahtimu. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, He will be thrown in hutama, and that is crusher. Crusher means that the hellfire, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, how the hellfire, how deep it is, how Jahannam deep it is. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, Rasulullah sallallahu alayhi wa sallam mentioned in the hadith that the people, when they will be thrown in Jahannam, for years and years they will go down in the hellfire to reach the bottom, to the level, the last, the ending of the Jahannam. That is so deep it is. And if you look at the previous ayah, wailun, wail is also the hadith of Rasul sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. He says, wail is a valley inside Jahannam. And this is the place that Jahannam itself seeks refuge from this valley, from this place. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, wail is for that person. And here it says, he will be thrown in the hutama. These are connected. Wail, that place that will crush the bodies. So that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says that those people who thinks that his wealth will keep them forever, no, it's not like that. And lastly, la yumbazanna, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the same words. This person, he was devaluing other people. He was disgracing other people. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned the word nabaza for him, la yumbazanna. Nabaza means it's not like throwing something like rama yarmi and laqa yalqi, taraha yatrahu. All these words are used for throwing something. Nabaza means to throw something while you don't have any respect for that. You are hating that thing and you throw it. You don't like it and you throw it. That is actually nabaza. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He says, this person will be thrown in the hellfire like فَتُلْقَى فِي جَهَنَّمَ مَلُومًا مَدْحُورًا. He will be thrown in the hellfire, he will be blamed, and he will be scolded by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, by the angels. Wailun, destruction, likulli, forever, for every, humaza, scorner, lumaza, and marker. Or you can say humaza, false finding, lumaza, backbiter. Allazi, the one, jama'a, who collected mal and wealth, wa'addada, and counts it. Yahsabu, he thinks, anna malahu, that his wealth, akhlada, will keep him forever. Kalla, no never, layumbazanna, for sure he will be thrown, fil hutama, in the crusher. Once again, wailun, destruction is likulli, for every, humaza, scorner, false finding, lumaza, backbiter, marker. Allazi, the one, jama'a, who collected mal and wealth, wa'addada, and counts it. Yahsabu, he thinks, anna malahu, that his wealth, akhlada, will keep him forever. Kalla, no never, layumbazanna, for sure, definitely he will be thrown fil hutama, in the crusher. Wailun, halakat hai, barbadi hai, likulli, har ek, humaza, ta'na dene wale, lumaza, और ऐब जुई करने वाले के लिए. Allazi, वो जमा'a, जिसने इकट्ठा किया मालन माल, वअद्ददा, और गिन गिन कर रखा. यहसबु, वो समझता है अन्ना मालहू, कि उसका माल, अखलदहू, उसे हमेशा जिंदा रखेगा. कल्ला, हिरगिज ऐसा नहीं. लयुम्बज़न्ना, ज़रूर फेंका जाएगा वो, फिल हुतमा, तोड़ फोड़ करने वाली आग में. बारकल्लाहु फीकुम.
I'll start from the very beginning. Bismillah. Allah will be pronounced light because mim before that is kasra, has kasra. Bismillah ar-Rahman Ra heavy. Ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Second Ra also heavy. So Bismillah
Bismillah.
Come to that. Let me first and then I'll read. Wailulli. Here, lam has shadda but no extra stress, just regular stress. Wailulli kulli. Humazatil lumaza. So there are three lam with shadda or no extra stress, just regular. So no extra, no specific tajweed rules in this ayah. Wailulli kulli humazatil lumaza. Alladhi lal with the tongue between the teeth. Alladhi jama'a ain from the depth of your throat. Jama'a malan wa lam tanween followed by waw shadda idgham with gunna. Malan wa so you waw stress a little on the waw shadda. Malan wa addada yahsabu ha from the depth of your throat. Yahsabu and noon with shadda here you make extra stress. You make gunna. And meen with shadda or noon with shadda, you make extra stress on that, you make the gunna. And malahu mad, medium long. Malahu akhlada. Kalla, again lam, no extra stress. Kalla layunbadanna. Noon sakin followed by ba will make the sound of meme. That noon sakin will become like the sound of meme. La yunbadanna. Dad with the tongue between the teeth and noon shadda you make extra stress gunna. La yunbadanna fil hutama. Ha from the depth of throat and paw heavy. Ta light, paw heavy. Hutama. Now repeat and you can repeat after me. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim.
Wailul likulli humazatin lumaza.
Wailul likulli humazatin lumaza.
Alladhi jama'a
Alladhi jama'a
malan wa addada.
مالا وعدده.
يحسب
يحسب
أن
أن
ماله
ماله
أخلده.
أخلده.
كلا
كلا لينبذن
في الحطمة.
في الحطمة. Inshallah, we'll take one ayah. جزاكم الله خير.
Just one correction. Wailul likulli. Wailul li. Wailul